for a few more levels, I guess, and see if it starts to feel more interesting. Because I don't want to be an Eldritch Blast Factory.
Well, the thing is,
Alright, I have to interrupt this broadcast to tell you that we are now live and we are playing Blades in the Dark.
We are now live. Hold all profanity for the next hour and a half.
I'm getting feedback from somewhere.
Yeah, I just heard myself, which I hate.
Imagine how we feel.
It may have been my fault. I had the Twitch stream open because I was trying to get into my Twitch, so I just closed it.
Scandal.
It appears to have
Scandal. All right, well, welcome back, everybody, to episode 8. Wowzers, doesn't time fly? We're on the verge of war already, on the verge of tearing up already.
What about the game?
What about the game? Yeah, so we are potentially going into a score today. You were planning to take out the gambling dens of the Red Sashes in Crow's Foot. Perhaps now Daryl has caught up. Szaszachel has appeared in the hideout once again. Perhaps he has something he would like to say about the plans.
not about the plans, but Szaszachel will. So in my mind at least, these like coins in general are like cases of money, because there was a discussion between you guys, and when I know someone, Olly I think, added the coin directly to Szaszachel, he will actively refuse it. Put it into the whole like crew bank, but he will make it known that he is actively refusing payment for this.
Yeah, and that also brings me on to you're paying for this cohort of thuggos.
Oh, yes.
Oh, what did we call them? Wait, we didn't give the name, we gave them traits, and the traits were gnarly.
Yeah, it was fierce and cruel, I think.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's paying 2 coin. You'll need to take from... You've got 4 in your stash. 1 which Szaszachel wants to put in.
There's already...
You do that already, right?
I believe your stash is still full.
Yeah, there's already 4, so I thought it was not full. So, I mean, whoever wants it can take it.
So,
well, they can go straight to Silas's Dabbers. They're gonna. It's a working title. He's not been in his marketing course very long.
Was it Marlene? Was the
Marlene's the contact? Yes, she's Silas's pugilist friend.
Yeah,
who was known to frequent the boxing ring at the docks as well.
Yeah, so maybe it's her gang for now, whilst they're still on for hire, basically.
Marlene's mingers.
Ooh.
Oh, no, we need to befriend them.
I'm not calling them that. They're calling themselves that.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so I shall remove 2 coin, and then Szaszachel puts 1 back in, so you're at 3.
Right.
And voila. Alright, so...
I'm getting the music coming back through from somewhere. Is anyone else hearing that?
Is that you again, Alex?
I wouldn't have thought so, but I'll turn down the gain on my mic in case.
You on speaker then, Mike?
No, I'm back on the old I mean, yeah, but sorry, yes, I am on speakers and mic, but that's never been an issue before, so I'm curious.
Yeah, something's coming through.
I'll just mute myself and sort it out. You guys carry on.
Great.
Yeah, maybe push to talk or something, or I don't know. But yes, so we can see from the intro scroll that there are multiple ways to target the Red Sashes in an effort to finish them off. And have I done it? Yes, I have. So as I mentioned on Discord, but I'll reference it here again because that was probably about 2 weeks ago. I've started this clock called Red Sashes Power. And every time you target one of those pillars of power from the Red Sashes, so their gambling dens, the leader themselves, the automated hull that they have, their contact at the Aruban embassy, you'll be able to remove one of these segments. And you can do these potentially at the same time, you can do these one at a time, you can do these in downtime potentially. But this is how we're going to sort of mechanize the stripping apart of the Red Sashes. And I would also say as well, they're not idiots. If they know they're beat, they may accept surrender. I mean, they may offer surrender, sorry, not accept surrender, which may be more profitable for you because you'll be out of the war as well. Because whilst you're at war, you only have one downtime. And you're always at weak hold as well.
You've got to kill them quick.
Yeah. And then you also have the crows and the lampblacks as well, who are going to be wanting to capitalize on any Red Sash losses. And to actually have the manpower to do it, I think, unlike yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be. I don't know.
So what are we thinking? You going for the gambling dens?
Yeah, what was our plan with the cohort then? Were we going to send them on a smaller mission? Like to...
I believe we were going to use it to try and hit more than one den.
Yes.
We
Right.
needed
Okay.
to hit...
Okay.
I can't remember how many in order to sort of have the desired effect.
That makes more sense. So we're still only really looking at 1/4 of the clock, aren't we, really, with all that activity?
Well, I mean, you can now sort of go into free play / gathering information to scope out these targets, as it were.
All 4 of them, or just one of them?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to scope out these gambling dens and look for opportunities to maybe, take on more segments if you wish.
But the clock, though, applies to the 4 different tasks: the assassination, the weapons, the drug dens, and the hull. They're not 4/4 of the clock, all to do with the drug dens.
No, so this is the whole faction. There's also taking out their leader as well, Milo. So there's actually more things you could do, but there's only 4 segments basically.
But if we take out the drug dens, no matter how many, that's still just one segment, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but if
So-
you take out all 3, then we can look at maybe calling like turf, and you also might get more loot
Okay.
from each. So
Yes. We should stay focused on the one task, which is the red drug den. So we should use opportunities to investigate that. All of us, I think.
Yes. For sure. One score at a time.
Wait, did we all investigate the same thing now?
We could invent the different. I mean, again, well, you said there were 3. Is that a slip of the tongue, or do we know there's 3 drug dens? Because that was my first. That was my first investigate. Is how many drug dens there are.
I think Pickett gave you 3. He was like this place, and this place.
So I would like. Well, actually, you know what? Let me be more a character. I was going to try and find someone for the cohort to hit, but I'll leave that to Silas. That really is kind of his bag, and I'll think of something more that Saffron will be up for. I mean, it's drugs, so he's going to be pretty.
Yeah. Silas will dish out the cohort once we have more of a plan.
Okay. Well. Okay. So these are drug dens. So this is Saffron's area.
This is your moment.
Yeah, he's been supplying drugs. I want to use again my special contact, which would be my what's the right word? Not adoptive daughter, surrogate daughter. Yeah, that's the right word. Stasia, who again has been helping Saffron for nigh on a decade, if not longer, to help supply all the comings and goings of the drug trade within Crow's Foot and the Duskfold. So I guess the thing that I'm going to be looking for again, he's going to look for a very easy win here, which would be to find a way to smuggle an explosive into the drug den that we could set off at a distance or in some other way rather than having to go all the way in. So I'm trying to find again, I guess, yeah, like a trade route going in, an upcoming delivery going into one of these dens. I'm trying to find out the next shipment going in to one of these dens. Not too fussed which.
Okay.
That's what I'm investigating. I'm going to work with Stasia, who runs the apothecary as well. So again, well versed in all the comings and goings of the drug trade in the area.
Okay. You will know that if you blow it up, not only are you saying goodbye to the loot potentially you could find there, but you're also saying goodbye to, or are you just saying you just blow up the front?
We got to smash. At the point of smashing the drug dens, aren't we? So maybe I've misunderstood then. Sorry, what the objective?
I mean, you also, yeah. I mean, that's true. But if you wanted to
take it
over or loot it,
smash up and demolish being potentially different things.
Okay, right. Well, if there's a case of drugs being blown up and removed, then that's a no. Then for Saffron, no, absolutely not. No.
Like making it like kicking the Red Sashes out, basically, is the goal.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I'm still thinking else wants to jump in.
I mean, I feel like somebody would need to maybe scope it out as well to see potentially where these kind of things could be used, because they're all different types of buildings.
So then, right. Okay, so more importantly, then, because this is a special Saffron, I want to determine what chemicals, drug stashes there are within there, because there might be one stash. I mean, there's some pretty volatile stuff in the dust. Well, if there is some kind of like larger sample of, say, drown powder or some other potion that maybe we could detonate. I think detonating, like, or at least like slit in the chemicals would knock everyone out in the area. So I'm trying to figure out if there's like a weak point in an area, or again like a particular, and it was a bit maybe Looney Tunes. I think it's a big bag of drown powder that we can just when it just puffs out and knocks everyone out of the area. So that's what I'm trying to determine is what. Pick any of the three, I don't mind, and just determine what drugs are in there. What is the makeup? What is the kind of specialty of the area? What they got?
Well, how are you finding this out?
So I mean, again, I should know many of the suppliers. Like, should be very connected. So I'm going to work with Stars to talk to a network of people who would have either sold the drugs to the Red Sashes to then bring into the areas. Anyone who's knowledgeable of what there must have been people coming in and out who've been supplying them. The Red Sashes don't make their own drugs. I assume they're importing them, or they're kind of buying them from other services. Just weaving within my network to find out what the most predominant chemicals or kind of drugs are in there, and how we can use that to our advantage, basically.
All right, that sounds like it's time to roll.
Okay, hold on. Drugs. I should have just a drugs roll. I should have one that's just like do some drugs. That's what I should have. Okay. Insight. Study. Yeah. Study sounds okay. What do you think? A bit of study?
Survey?
I think survey, study, consort, I would accept any of these, I think.
Okay.
For standard effect.
I'll take study, that's fine then. Oh god, no, don't click the pip, that doesn't do anything. Why do I always do this? I always click the pip and not the
Don't click the pip.
Don't click the pip. Position?
Yeah, upgrade yourself.
Just you're controlled.
Oh, lovely.
I know you guys love to have control when it means nothing.
Sound effects. Do I push myself? My stress is back to nothing after taking my trauma, which is good.
That's true.
I mean, I think if you don't have any stress, you should probably keep it for this.
True. All right,
You are haunted.
By fucking Silas, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Your dreams.
Ooh, here we go.
Is that better?
Yeah, not getting as much. Yeah, not getting as much. Already, really. It's good.
Not getting any feedback now.
No, all good.
No, all good.
Cool.
Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a fortune roll just to see which which den you get this information from.
Great.
Okay. Okay. The middle one.
The third one. Ooh.
The middle one, which is dum. God, my notes are so all over the place. Okay. I've been planning this in like bits. like 5-minute segments over the last 2 weeks when I've been like on a tram or in an airport. I'm like, yes, that's a good idea.
On the loo.
Never the loo.
What, you never go to the loo, or you never do preparation for games in the loo?
Never the loo,
Alex,
guys. You just get
I
a
don't know
hold.
if this is deliberate, but we lost your feed.
Oh, video, yeah. we can hear
No,
you.
I've been camera off since the beginning.
Oh, okay.
I may come on in a bit, but
I was enjoying your Mario dungarees.
don't we all?
That's cool. Thank you.
All right, cool. So, so you find out the second gambling den, which is a pub. And you know that there is supplies going there. There's obviously supplies of alcoholic beverages, pork scratching, mushroom scratchings, and the like. And you also do find the identity of the drug of choice. There is a list of them, isn't there, somewhere I can roll for?
Yeah, I don't know if I usually got them off on my chart. The drugs and poisons: drugs, black lotus, blood needle, dream smoke, quicksilver, spark, trance powder. These are the main drugs.
Okay,
well,
let's say, what would be your ideal? We'll make that the 6. When
They're
I roll
all
this.
pretty fun.
You said-
Black Lotus or Dream Smoke. Black Lotus is a tarlet resin that induces coma-like stupor and visions, and Dream Smoke's a bit of a milder formula. It induces a pleasant intoxication. So Black Lotus sounds pretty hardcore.
I don't think they'd sell that in a
Don't think so.
measly tier 2
Okay.
pub back room. I think
trance powder is what I use quite a lot because it's quite it induces a pleasant hypnotic trance. It's kind of like seems quite good for appeasing and incapacitating.
Okay, I'm gonna roll another fortune dice, and then if it's a success, it's something that would be, conducive to.
Sure.
Well, it's another 3, guys. So
The middle
I
one.
guess it's like a mild explosive that people have, or something.
It could be. I mean, they got spark down as a drug, which I didn't realise, which is interesting. It's just
Spark.
yeah, which I assume is the stuff used in Sparkcraft. I assume.
Well, let's say it's not something that you can use to incapacitate a whole room. Let's say it's not that powerful enough.
Sure.
Maybe it's just low grade shit. I mean, this isn't their best drug den. Maybe this is just
Okay.
The cheap
Well,
stuff.
it's still useful. So we know this isn't. We know it's not necessarily maybe not priority if we can have to choose one. I mean, if it's a lower grade, that still seems.
Yeah, it might
useful
just
info.
mean you have limited effect and stuff. So
Cool.
if you use
Okay.
it, cool. All right. Anyone else gathering info?
Yeah, I want. Well, can I try and rob one of them, like single-handed? Just to kind of take some of the, take a meaningful proportion of the drugs for ourselves.
Or like a key to get in the back door.
Yeah. Well, yes. I suppose if the actual objective is to, yeah.
So normally,
You're
gather.
going to be robbing them anyway.
The objective
Yeah.
is to incapacitate the dens to make them unusable by the Red Sashes, and in the ideal scenario, we make them usable for us. That's the kind of 2-tiered effect, is what I'm kind of gathering.
Yeah, normally gathering information, we do just one action roll. So it's just one.
Oh, I see.
I want to find out this thing. I want to follow this one person, learn their habits, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, I think probably because Friedrich's thing is burglary, right? Like, he's very good at burglary. He's got all the skills for burglary and enjoys doing it, and would want to do that in this kind of situation. Reconnaissance, is the other half of that coin, I suppose. But Saffron's already kind of done the useful intelligence on what kind of drugs they got. So yeah, maybe just like he'll try and sneak into a couple of the target dens and find, just kind of map it good entrance and exit ways. See if there's any useful kind of little bits of sabotage or theft that he can do to prep, lay the groundwork.
Yeah, nice. And even that stuff, if it comes up, that may give you an advantage in the score. So
yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna say, well, so would you want to case? Just maybe like just walk into one of the other two, or like two of the other two. I mean, I'm just trying to work out how much time this would take in game.
Let's pick the biggest one. Like, say are they all roughly the same size, or have we identified that one is more valuable than another?
The only thing that's been identified so far is what Saffron has determined.
We have determined quite a low-grade one, so I'd advise, at least checking out one of the others.
Well,
You know one of them is a pub. You don't know about the other two.
okay. Well, I would think that Friedrich would just pick one of the other two to investigate, given that we have nothing else to go on about them.
Okay, well, I think you would definitely have picked the third one, which is a legit gambling hall, which is... all of these take place on the side of Crowsfoot where the Iruvian Sword Academy is. And as you go into this gambling hall, you can see Red Sash swordsmen off duty, enjoying themselves, but also on guard as well. And you can also see some of the people, like some quite wealthy Iruvians as well, hanging out here, gambling away. And it's like a big sort of historical hall, really nicely decorated, music playing, tables and stuff, music. Very 1920s, dance hall situation. Except with Iruvian stuff, obviously. Iruvian, yeah. Coffee, did we say, was canon, I think? Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So I can see that there's a bunch of Red Sashes who are off duty and playing games, but presumably still armed.
Mm-hmm.
And some who are very obviously on duty and not drunk and standing by doors, also armed.
Yeah, you can see those ones are more like the junior members who are like stuck with the guard duty, while the more senior swordsmen, are obviously only do the 9 to 5.
Without rolling, can I tell if any of the high rollers at the tables are evidently under the influence of Hems?
I would say they seem like clearly like intoxicated in tipsy out of their brains, tipsy. But you don't know what it is.
Okay.
But I think you can roll for that. Maybe do like maybe you finally get to do your survey.
Yeah, well, I was going to do a more generic survey of just trying to find some kind of lead in here that will indicate to me which part of the building people are going to partake in the herb.
Sure.
Controlled, yeah?
Yeah.
Standard.
It's a double 4. All right, so success with a consequence. So the success is you do indeed see the staff of the establishment carrying what look like intoxicants just on trays, like drinks, and bringing them to their sort of VIP guests. on some of these sort of the tables in one quarter of the hall. You can see that they go and they get them from a room behind, near the bar, like a back room, which is, has another set of guards on it.
We don't need to go into detail about it right now, but like Friedrich makes mental note of exactly how many of those guards are, like which door they stand by, how they appear to be armed, so that he can tell the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm. And I think the consequence is an elderly gentleman spins around at the table that you're standing near and goes, Friedrich von Haig, I see you. I didn't know you frequented this hall as well. Come, sit and have a few games. Do you ever...
Quentin! Oh, it is a pleasure to see you most perfectly myself also. This is how we speak in my country. I should love to. Let me get you a drink. What do you have? And they go. Friedrich goes along with it basically. Like he
fire whiskey, obviously.
Your perfect tipple, Quentin. I remember from our hockey days. I'll go and go to the bar and get us a drink. And then Friedrich just has a few drinks with this guy and kind of goes along with it to stay in cover, I guess.
Yeah. And this is a consequence. It's not just a bit of flavouring. So you do have the as a patrolling Red Sash guard walks past and he's saying, says, "Do you know I've known Friedrich here for such a long time, but watch your jewellery whilst you stand next to him." He's certainly got light fingers.
Would you like a small amount of money, guard?
You dare?
I bet you would. No, okay, it's all right. I'll take my medicine. I have attracted some attention from the Red Sashes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So if we do any suspicion clocks, we'll start with the segment cleared for that.
Yes.
All right. Szaszachel and Silas.
So,
Go on, Shelley.
Yeah, so what I was thinking, but I don't know if that's needed much anymore. I was thinking of sending Szaszachel to because again, if Szaszachel wears his mask, he should be safe from identification. I thought maybe I could send him to a crowded area and have him preach, sort of like an anti-drug, preach, trying to get people who are trying to quit or recovering or something, to see if I can gather information from contacts or anything that could prove useful.
I assume this is like a front and not for real, or you and Saffron are gonna have problems.
I mean, who knows?
All right, I'm watching you.
Legalize it.
But no, that was the idea. I don't know if that's needed much anymore though, because we have a lot of information on drug dens. So
We know about two of the three. Still waiting for the third one.
I could do that if it helps, for sure.
Okay. So what do you do?
What would your character do?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously he'd go there in person.
He'd go and get those kids off of drugs.
Thing.
Come on, guys.
Just say no.
Think about your future.
Talk to Szaszachel.
You could be a mushroom farmer. Steady income.
I don't know if it should be a sway, a study, or a survey. I'm probably not a study, so a survey or a sway. I'm not sure which one.
Well, tell me what you're trying to do, or what your character is doing, and then.
Yeah, so no, literally, like just trying to gather people to eventually, I don't know, next Wednesday. I don't know. Hold a meeting, hold a sermon. Yeah, no. That to try. You know how the Catholic Church works. Imagine it in a demonic form, I guess.
I refuse to imagine it. I want you to do it.
Listen.
Satanize me, Daryl.
No, never say that again. Ever. I don't. Oh. See, I didn't think this far ahead.
So you're trying to get someone who knows about the drug den to approach you and to get information from them.
Yeah, pretty much. Trying to get people to just join this weird religion that I'm trying to form, I guess.
Yeah. It sounds like sway to me if you wanted me to pick, but
All right.
the chat really wants that sermon.
No,
Might have to put it in the
It would last
deleted
for about, like,
scenes.
2 to 3 seconds. I literally have no idea what to say.
Sermon.
We'll have a retroactive sermon at the end of the session.
Right, it's going to keep control, I imagine. Or is it going to be desperate?
I don't think it's desperate. You're not getting XP off me that easily.
I genuinely need it. It should be
I'm
standard.
going to say risky, because you're standing outside of a gang's drug den preaching anti-drugs messaging.
All right.
Historically, not cool.
Effect?
A standard.
Being generous tonight, are we, Oliver?
Not, I already had this.
Silence you, but you'll get your limited.
I'm not,
I know.
I'm not going to use stress of this because I can't really afford it. Another way we should keep it for.
Wow.
4.
The land of the fours.
That's something.
Okay. So, you're going to give us a taste of the sermon?
Oh my god, really? Seriously?
Yes. Because you turned up, like, in that Life of Brian bit, and everyone's, like, looking at you as you stand there.
Consider the lily.
I don't know.
What? You got to get birds.
You're never to go to the flowers now.
Alright, something like cast away any mind-altering substances and dedicate yourself to the one great Satara. She will lead you, and she will show you the proper way, and you will not need to resort to garbage in order to feel better about yourselves and your lives. You will be able to lead fruitful lives if you follow her words. There you go.
Alright.
Nice.
Does that work?
She sounds pretty good. All right.
What? So you got to get to garbage?
I don't know what else to say.
I make my living off garbage. No, it's fine. I think So I think you got a success with a consequence.
I'm sorry, Chad. It could have been better, but
It was good.
I'm convinced.
I don't think any of us could have done measurably better.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Chat's clean now. Cold turkey. No going out to the hacienda anymore. Bit of a Manchester joke. Yeah, so you managed to preach. Maybe I feel like this takes a bit of time, right, to catch the right person.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't expecting to have it like done in one session.
Yeah,
I was
and
like one preach, one sermon, whatever.
and you go. I mean, it worked out quite well because the third spot that you go to is actually a sort of a rundown old tenement block, and you see people, kind of the lowest dregs of society, people who look like they've really got nowhere else to go, feverish habits, entering into this block, and coming out like hours later. And I think perhaps somebody comes up to you and says, I feel like if you want a quick death, you're on your ways to getting it, mate. But no, I support your messaging. This I was able to get clean myself. But if this Satara can help me continue that journey, do you think she'd be up for a new servant?
She would be more than happy to welcome you in her circle, if you were willing, of course.
Oh, I'm willing. As I say, I got clean, but I haven't been able to hold down a job. See, so if I can find perhaps shelter and some food within your organisation, I'll do my best to serve.
There is always space for children who want to follow the great Satara.
All right. So you've got another cultist, Jerry.
Jerry's gonna love Saffron.
What's the deal with all the drugs?
Yeah. Let's keep Saffron right?
Seinfeld reference?
Seinfeld reference.
Alright, just checking.
You gotta check these things.
So do you want to talk to him about the drug den?
If you want to do it immediately, then yes. Definitely try to get information from out of him. Whatnot.
Nice. Where do you talk to him on the street, or do you take him anywhere, or?
No, I was gonna say I'll take him. I take him, but we don't really have like chat really.
I think there's a Terra cult. Oh no, they don't really have a place to meet. Oh no, do they? I can't remember.
No, I never had a particular location. As in, like, I don't have a fixed location. Not yet. That was something that I was hoped to achieve eventually.
Well, I mean, I know Satera is a water-based demon, so perhaps you sit by the water side.
Yeah. I like that. That's a very good idea.
For the symbolism.
It's a very good idea.
All right.
Yeah. So the idea here would be, and I can just go for it, I guess. Yeah. So we take him down by the water. It wouldn't be the docks. No, we just go somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of this, these dens are on near the water side of Crow's Foot, near the river. So.
Yeah. So tell me, child. So you say you've been indulging in these substances. What kind of substances are we talking about here? How bad did they grasp you?
He says, well, by the end, my main poison was trance powder. I used to go back to that block there, and they'd let anyone in, pretty much. Go upstairs, pick a corner, and wait for the days to slip by.
And you understand how damaging this is to us as a society. Would you be willing to spread the word around and help others, just like Satara is currently helping you?
I would be willing to do that, but I feel like I yet do not even know the message of Satara, apart from that she promotes abstinence from addiction.
You will learn as we grow together as one people. But you could also help us help others by showing us how we can meet up with them, reach them personally, so that we may be able to spread our word.
Guys, I'm really uncomfortable about like how good you are at this. I feel like I've gone too close to that Scientology shop on Tottenham
I was
Court
about
Road.
to say, is this the whole years of Tail Dots were leading to this? It's actually been Daryl trying to recruit.
It's just a long con. Like,
I don't know what to say at this point. I'm sorry.
He's a social engineer. Yeah, I mean, I think with the 4
Yeah, I know.
success with a consequence, I think he's let you know that it's upstairs at this tenement block. You know, it's pretty unguarded. Just basically catches all the dregs of people. But yeah, I think he's not comfortable doing like leading you in there or anything.
I expect that. All right. I mean, I'm happy with that information at least.
Yeah, he's not quite yet ready to die for the cause after 10
again,
minutes,
like, you know,
but
just
we'll get him
planting the
there.
seed.
So we know there's a rundown tenement one, a fancy hoi polloi one, and what's the third one like?
The pub,
The pub.
which is called the Falchion.
oh, that's a good name for a pub.
Yes.
And it sounds like they sort of scale 1, 2, 3 in terms of challenge of taking over level.
One
I was gonna
might
say
say that, yes.
Or at least it might appear thus to Silas.
So the pub's actually more of a middle target. There was actually one even more low intensity than the
Yeah.
pub.
Hmm.
Okay.
But will the
Okay.
loot scale accordingly?
Find
Who
out.
knows?
How would you guys spell hoi polloi?
HOIPOLLOI.
Yeah. How weird. That's well, I did one L, but still.
How weird we think that a word is spelled the same way when it is
No.
actually
Oh
spelled.
yeah. As if
I mean-
hoi polloi could be spelled like 6 different ways.
It's English we're talking about. Like,
It's
it
from the
doesn't
Greek.
always make sense.
The Greek.
It's-
It's from the Greek that means the many, or in the strictest sense.
Yeah. I did
Yeah,
forget
so
to think back to my
really,
Greek
you haven't helped
classes.
matters by using it incorrectly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so I'm just thinking how I can best use my information gathering. So I'm just wondering, as a party, where we want to, at this juncture, if we have a strong feeling of where we want to focus our efforts.
Well, if
Because you know, it might be possible for us to take all 3.
yeah, I mean, 3 seems unlikely, but like the rundown place, I mean, we could send a cohort there to just swamp it, right? They could just fucking go in, boot them out, and do we focus on the hoi polloi then? And then is it more a question of, yeah, how could we take down 3 at once? That's the big.
Yeah, or maybe maybe 2 is.
I feel like the
Yeah.
tenement is the only one that our thuggos could deal with on their own.
We could send thuggos on their own there, I would imagine.
The Thuggos are actually a higher tier than you.
Right.
So they
Sorry, I thought
say-
they were good. Maybe the thuggos could take them up, but then also
Who
the
told
thuggos
you-
could
was it
come
the
with
thuggos
us.
who told you that, Olly?
Sorry?
You don't want to listen to thuggos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't even got any GCSEs, mate.
Got their SATs. That's it.
Gospel education certificates.
Well, then maybe we just hope the third one just crumbles then, like once we've taken the other 2. You know what I mean? If we send the thuggos to the pub, then we go to the hoi polloi.
Maybe the third one will in fact be taken over by the cult,
Oh.
Ooh.
or perhaps business will be damaged sufficiently that we've done some damage.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Surely, if it's a ring, then without 2.
So Silas would probably be best focusing his efforts on helping us get into the difficult.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I really like the idea of Daryl's cult just permanently taking over one of these locations. And like making it into a Scientology
And
shop.
ultimately, the cult would be a part of our organisation. So
Yeah.
Of course.
It'd be a fantastic front.
Okay. Well, for now, Silas would like to take the thuggos with him. And he's looking to survey the the fancy location. Looking for alternative points of entry, so that we don't necessarily all have to go in the front door.
Mm-hmm.
We might do something a touch. I mean, Silas himself is probably going to go through the front door. He's a front door kind of guy.
Can you, bearing in mind that we may skip over this now that Saffron has a rocket-powered super acrobatic wheelchair, could you also check if they've been kind enough to have disabled access to have ramps? That's quite an important part.
Ramp up to a third floor window.
And if not, can you start the process of complaining to the council they're not adhering to kind of,
Ironically, given the wide level of features employed in Saffron's wheelchair, it doesn't seem to require the usual allowances that disabled access would.
Well, currently it's a relatively normal construction, but it does have it has a boost ability. That's what we decided on. That we haven't quite locked down 100%.
You got nitrous.
Yeah, it's pretty much got 2 nitrous shots to move faster than a cart, I think is what the vampire skill did it. So,
Yeah, I feel like you still need to roll for that and pay.
Yeah, I need to roll
to
and
get
pay.
to that.
I can't figure it out. We haven't done it yet.
Are you just gonna drag that out until hopefully Olly forgets that you haven't done any of the things you need to do?
I keep reading it. It doesn't make much sense to me.
So I get it in my rocket wheelchair, right? And,
Amazon shipped it across. It's fine. It's all ready.
Right. We're casing the joint. We're looking for points of entry, and the thuggos, being the thuggo types they are, probably also adept at this sort of, some of them, activity. Probably they're not helpful at all to my casing activity.
They're fierce and cruel.
Yeah, but are they useful at all? Like, do they have eyes?
Nope. They're all like leased in. They're all just blind pugilists.
Well, that could make them quite lethal.
I guess
Fine. Gave them all this money, and they're not even going to help me look at if any of the windows are accessible.
What's the window?
Lane would be helping. She'd be like, "Help your boy Silas."
Yeah, but I mean, how much more use is? You're not that time limited, I guess. I don't know how much more use they'd be like just walking around it, looking at the outside. You can say that they help you, but I don't think they can give you a mechanical benefit unless you were.
We can say that they helped. Yeah. You know what? The thuggos were down helping the rally.
You know what? You can maybe you could say the thuggos use their athleticism to scale the roof and check for roof access.
Oh, that's the sort of thing I was thinking of. Yeah.
Do you like that?
Together, we build out a story. That's role playing, kids.
Yes, I feel like. Yeah.
Okay, that's the vibe. I'm looking to see if there's another way in. Somewhere we could sneak in some thuggos, or sneak in perhaps some sort of roof Silas, or perhaps the sort of thing that our limber friend Friedrich might have done. But Silas is gonna have a go at it instead.
Cool.
We didn't get the chance. An old man recognised him, but
yeah, he went inside and got pissed.
I didn't see that far. He did. He gathered some information about the indoor layout, but he would have brought that back to Silas. So if you were looking around the building, you would have had a rough idea of the floor plan and like which walls you were looking to find entrances into.
Aye. Okay, but that could be useful as well, because maybe there might be a I don't know if it backs onto other buildings. There might be that sort of way in.
That's true. Yeah, maybe.
So I shall survey. And so we're saying that the thuggos are or are not of help.
We're gonna roll separately for them.
Oh.
Because they'll be doing their.
What if they do something? Heck yeah. Risky, I assume, facing the joint, or is it controlled?
I'm gonna say risky.
Yeah, thought so. I thought
I was looking for windows and I accidentally killed this child.
The effect.
What should I do?
It's a standard effect. You can definitely survey some walls.
And windows, and roof entrances, and weak structures, and stuff.
Yeah, you've got your Batman vision to scan for, weak,
Yeah,
joists.
I'm seeing it more like Rainbow Six Siege, where you can see like the patches of like plank wall where you can put your
Crowbar.
where's Sledge when you need him? I'm gonna roll the dice now so that we stop doing this.
This is probably why.
You could take a heavy load out, take a sledgehammer. Wow.
Oh, way ahead of you, buddy.
4 for 4, 4, 4.
It's another 4. I'll take that. Look, it's the first time I've not rolled a 1, so
You're squeaking into those successes with a consequence. All right, and then we'll roll for. Do you want to roll for Marlene's mateys?
something deep in my soul says I shouldn't, but I'm going to.
It's just 1 dice because they are tier 1.
Yeah, that's same amount of dice as me. Oh, thuggos!
So it's actually just Silas who's rubbish.
Silas is building an army.
It's your new character Marlene. Welcome.
Yeah, Silas going to die on this mission.
Yeah.
And come back as a monk.
Yeah, she's in my head she's Vi from Arcane. I think we said that last time.
That's definitely the vibe.
Yeah. Awesome.
A lovable street rat.
Yes.
So
with a potential
I like to
girlfriend
think
in the
that-
blue coats. Ship it.
Ship it.
Ship it, chat. All right. So yes. So you managed to survey the outsides of the gambling hall. There are the front entrance, which is guarded by 2 Red Sashes with their famous sabers. And you managed to find it is connected to other buildings on one side and the back, but you do manage to find the alleyway where the service entrance is. As it's quite a nice hall, they have on the side that isn't attached to another building, they have these big glass windows. Obviously, if you smash one of those, it would be very noticeable inside the hall. I think the consequence is going to go on to the Red Sash suspicion clock.
Oh no.
That's in my head. But Marlene and the Thuggos scale the building like little chimpanzees, doing all that Assassin's Creed shit, swinging on poles and,
They're dock workers. They probably, shimmy in up and
true.
down stuff.
Yeah, they found one of those. They found one of those things where if you hold the rope and then kick a thing,
Go,
you.
yeah, they must do that all the time, and they're probably doing when no one's looking. They're doing shipping crate parkour. So,
Yeah.
you think they're simple thuggo dock workers, so disdainful of the common man?
Yeah, I mean, well, if they're pit fighters, maybe they know that parkour will enhance their pit fighting entertainment skills, like Jackie Chan. So maybe they're more like pit fighting circus fighters. Anyway,
I'm starting to get a really good vibe from these guys, and I really want them to become a permanent.
I hope you
fixture.
can afford them next time as well.
They'll be cheaper next time.
Are they cheaper and they get +1 dice?
I can't remember. I'll check. But there's something good you get.
Yeah.
But only the one time. It doesn't keep stacking each time, as I remember.
No. Until it's 10 dice, no.
Damn.
Damn. All right, yeah. So they hop back down again after a few minutes, and they report to you that they have found ceiling sort of windows with locks on. Let's say a ceiling hatch into the back area as well.
Nice.
That's great. That is.
Yes.
Good job, Thuggos.
Terrific. Well,
Who would have
Silas
thunk it?
congratulates them and feels that his money, well, the crew's money, was
Thank you.
well spent.
Yeah.
And,
I imagine you say that to them as well. Money well
he
spent.
does, and he goes to find Marlene and says, "Might just make a crew of these men yet. Should get to know them a little better down at the docks. We'll need a better name, though. You know, for when you inevitably join us."
What does Marlene sound like? I don't think we've ever.
It's entirely at your liberty at this moment, so please don't do her dirty.
Or Vi.
Gosh, I've run out of accents.
Never.
All
We don't need South African yet.
the Belfastian comments have really thrown me. thrown my gut
Well,
instincts.
To be fair, it was every character.
It was two.
We can
It was
have,
two. I have more Cockneys. 90% Cockney in my campaign.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
got it. So that has much of it.
she's going to be Scottish.
Why?
And I haven't really got any backstory for her whatsoever, other than she's a fighter.
Are we talking? Are we talking Glasgow? Are we talking? Schleck? Billy Connolly?
She's definitely a Glaswegian vibe. And let's quickly workshop some traits for her.
Hot-headed.
Well, she's in the fierce and cruel crew.
She is, yes. I mean, Vi is a good reference for her.
Yeah.
She's most likely an actual street rat, become fearsome micro gang leader.
Yep.
So that should be. I'll flesh it out at some point. If
Yeah,
A
yeah.
micro gang like a micro brewery.
More like a micro herb.
Yep. They've all got mustaches and flat caps,
I'm lost. I don't know what this means. Sorry.
like that Madrid lager that's everywhere now.
Oh yeah.
Madry. Yeah.
Madrid, yeah.
I think it's got an alien drug in it, and
It's not absolutely nothing to do with Spain, by the way.
Yeah, it's English.
It's a complete brand success bullshit story.
Wow.
Anyway. Yes. So, all right. So it's we're halfway through the session. Shall we start the score?
Yes.
Start score.
I think that was I think that was one of our more successful collectively. Did we pass all of our
Christian
tests?
as well.
You did
Felt
actually
like
pass through a
everything was
test.
Pretty good.
Everyone
Do you
rolled a
think so?
4. Oh no, Saffron rolled a
Hey,
6.
I rolled 2 4s.
I rolled a 6.
So anyway,
Yes.
now that we've done all that, I'm looking forward to starting from a desperate position.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So let's run in a position. Yeah, you're
All right.
I'm not doing Decepticons again, but that's basically where we're at.
They'll come for
But
you, sir.
have we decided? Are we splitting our focus? Are we attacking one and the Thuggos attacking another band at the same time? Or are we?
Well, what is your type of plan? Is it assault, deception, stealth, occult, social, or transport?
I don't be controversial. I feel like assault.
I feel like it's assault, yeah.
Are
Even
we,
if
are
there's
we,
Oh,
even if there's like a bit of subterfuge, you don't necessarily just walk up to the front door with your sword out. But even if there's a little bit of, we'll try and get in a bit. It's going to be assault, right? If we try and sneak in through a roof hatch and then kill them.
and then attack? Yeah.
Yeah, it says do violence to a target.
Oh, we're going to do violence.
But are we all going in together, or are we again splitting up with the Thuggos?
So, I
How's
think it might be best for us to stick together to try and take down the prize den, and I hope that the Thuggos can take one of the others. I don't want to necessarily send them. What have we learned about the pub? How well defended is the pub?
It's a pub. It's got crap product in there, which implies it's probably not that well defended. We didn't do much. We didn't do any visual scouting other than knowing what's going in there. We know. Did you say we knew the landlord? Did I miss that? You said we knew the. What did you say? Oh, you said you knew. Yes, sorry, my brain went to a weird place. You said we knew the. We know what's in there. Yeah, we don't know it's well defended, but it's not. It's a gambling den and a drug stash. So it's probably not. You know, thugs could take it. It's a pub.
Could they?
I mean,
I'm trying to get a sense of scale for how much of a challenge it would be. How many thugs did we say there were?
Well, it's tier 1. So I think we said there's 3, but they're like tier 1. So
I think.
Although game-wise, rules-wise, you should actually have scale 1, which would give you. So it would be like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So if they outnumber a target, they will get a bonus to effect.
Okay. Oh.
You can personally hit multiple.
What do you mean?
And I'm just gonna say that.
As in, it doesn't all have to be simultaneous.
You don't have to hit just one and then leave. You can also attempt to hit one and then go to the next one.
Okay, so
Well, what
in that case, why not hit?
if we all hit the big one?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we could all hit the big one together with the thugs, and then depending on how that goes, we can gauge whether it's worth sending them.
If we all, when we all come out completely unscathed, not having raised any heat or alarm whatsoever, we can then maybe then we can take the medium and then go for the even lesser one. Okay, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alternatively, starting
if it's
small. You could start small. Do the easy jobs first.
That's not very daring.
No, I mean, ignoring the not very daring part, I think I like the idea that we can test to see how strong they are. To see if then we can then do one alone and send them along on the other one.
She's a bloody nose, and I think we should go straight for the prize.
I think so. There's terrible drugs in the other ones. I want the good stuff. I want the hard-hitting stuff.
Also, I wouldn't want word to reach the best defended location should anything go awry. The others, if we're going to take the most challenging targets, I would like to do it with as much advantage as possible.
Yes, but if we're going to go in aggressively, please, Silas, please control yourself. I beg of you.
Silas just flashes Saffron a grin.
Oh, God.
I shall do my best.
He hides in his wheelchair.
I will say that Szaszachel obviously wasn't with you guys, so he doesn't really know.
He knows.
I'm gonna make it a point. No, he wasn't with you guys. So like, whatever happened in that score, he doesn't want to know anything about it at all.
Well, Saffron's told the story many times.
Okay then, never mind.
I won't shout about it.
Whether you
I
wanted to know about
deactivate
it
the
or not.
bomb.
Classic old man style. Just if we can pin you in a corner and talk to you for
That's fine.
20 minutes, he'll do it.
Did I ever tell you about the time?
I deactivated a bomb, and they said no, don't do it.
Alright, let's do it then.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's some other things you need to decide. So you need to do the detail of the assault, the point of attack. I could
roof,
probably
innit?
guess. Yeah.
I think
I
it
don't
might
know.
be multiple.
Yeah, I can't get on the roof.
Should we? No, we
You
didn't. we
could
didn't
walk,
have
Saffron.
Should we?
They can't climb up the side of a building.
Do you think we should attack from different points?
Yes.
I think one option would be if I take the pugilists, go in the front door and create a ruckus. It should leave an opportunity for an attack from the rear for those who would like to take it from the roof.
Another flip it. I could go in the front, big explosion at the front, blow the front doors open, and while you guys go in through the roof, everyone runs to the front door, down the back, through the top, get in from behind, stabby.
So why don't you do that with Silas and the others, and Friedrich and I can do that? Isn't like going from top?
The sneaky sneaks.
Okay, so I'll blow door open, Silas runs in with the thugs while you two sneak around the back, and so
All right.
Yeah.
I
Done.
like it.
Fine.
It's perfect,
One-
Saffron.
what-
You are a master strategist.
Thank you.
Just before we prime the explosives, gentlemen. What shall be Szaszachel's and my specific mission as the stealth component of the assault? Are we
Stabbing.
Are we
Get our hands dirty.
literally removing personnel or removing merchandise as primary objective?
Personnel, I feel. Then we can get to the good stuff. Nom 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 nom.
I do hate to ruin a good pair of gloves, but the rewards appear to be commensurate.
All right, cool. So I need to know
It's
your.
good to know, Friedrich. Let us hope that you have a sharp knife as well as a sharp tongue.
Oh,
I should
snap.
love to show you my collection sometime, Silas. I have many, you see.
Are you flirting with me, Friedrich?
when is he not?
He's a flirty Friedrich. All right. I need to know your item loadouts.
All right. Well, we haven't decided my wheelchair yet, mate.
Oh my god.
It's important.
Is it?
Can
Yes.
your wheelchair is going to be? I think it's going to have to be heavy because it's not noticeable.
Well, that could be a drawback. It's conspicuous.
Yeah. That's. I think. I don't know if I messaged that. Yeah.
Because theoretically, it's movable, so it actually help my load. But if it was conspicuous, it means if I use it too much, you can get +1 heat. I'm not going to use a wheelchair on this one because I haven't figured it out yet. It's not ready yet. It's
You
gonna
haven't
be
paid for it or crafted it yet.
minor details.
I'll remember for the start of next session how to do it, and then we can just quickly roll for it.
I think I've got a bit of information. We'll chat through. Anyway, onwards.
Yeah, I mean, if you're at war next session, you're looking at 1 downtime anyway. So.
Well, one of my downtime last time I used to craft it, we just didn't do it. So technically it was last one's down. Anyway, okay. My loadout. Let's see what everyone else wants to say. I mean, we do want to go in
Heavy!
I'm gonna need my fine.
First time heavy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess what's the point in not? I
Arthur
suppose.
Shelby.
Well, I was going to go for heavy, but does heavy affect like subterfuge on my and Friedrich's part?
But not really. Maybe you could go in lighter, maybe, but maybe you want burglary gear to like zip down.
Yeah, it makes you obviously tooled up. Not just that's the thing. It makes you look conspicuous.
Yeah,
we
so
don't
it wouldn't affect any like rolls or whatever. Because I mean, if we're gonna be hitting this
as soon as they see you, you're stabbing them anyway. So
already,
Yeah.
too late anyway. So it doesn't really make a difference if we look like we're going to do something or not. Yeah, so then heavy for sure.
Yeah, Friedrich's going normal, I would think.
Okay.
yeah, normal.
All right,
normal
well-
for,
It's time to talk engagement roll. Our favourite bit.
Oh, here we go.
I fucking hate this because I don't know what he's doing. I don't understand what he does. He just goes, yup.
I can.
It's all awful, guys. Sorry.
Hang on. I feel like I'm being slandered, so I'm gonna copy paste exactly what is in the book, which you all have access to. You can all read it whenever you like. And
You
I'll put
expect
it.
me to read?
Yes, I do, sir. Look, how much reading have you done in Baldur's Gate? Do a bit of reading for my campaign.
Oof, so
Come on,
much.
he's going through everything.
Where you putting it?
I have to save it as a screenshot first. Sir, good day to you, sir.
Here we go. Okay.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
So, is this operation particularly bold or daring?
I'd say
Yes.
this is very
Yes.
bold and
Yes.
daring.
But I would say
Okay.
it's not very complex.
It doesn't have to be complex for it to be bold and daring. We're hitting one
No,
of them.
But they're different, right? It's kind of balance, right? So it's kind of
Getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So we say it's bold,
Sorry.
all daring. You got
Yes.
2 dice. Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors?
Not really. Well, it's not overly complex. It is kind of complex because we're hitting from 2 different sides and one depends on the other. But would I say
That's not
overly?
that complex.
You also
well,
aren't you targeting all 3?
No, this is just one right now.
Dares.
No,
Good
so
point.
if it's one roll for the whole thing, then
Yes.
Yes.
overly complex.
I mean, 3 separate strikes across different times with a.
And is it overly?
Wait, are we just focusing on one at the minute?
But we'll move on to the next one. So.
Well, if you want to, so here's the thing. If you want to clear a segment of the Red Sashes power, you need to take out all 3.
Yeah.
You can't just take out one.
I don't think it's necessarily that complex. Like it's complex, but it's not overly like.
Yeah.
When we were going to sneak into the Red Sashes base with no information, as a cook, as a nobleman, and as a, you know what I mean. That was
in a taxi. I agree, but it's
Yeah, I mean that was complex because there was 3 points of entry. This is 2 points of entry, and you're also doing 3 scores in one. I would say it's complex because where do we draw the line? How are you going to get more complex than this?
But you wouldn't say it's overly complex.
I would say it's overly complex. I don't think scoundrels are sitting around planning a heist 3 in one go.
And I would say it's contingent on many factors. Is probably the more.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna
permanent sentence there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
It doesn't matter because Olly's going to roll snake eyes anyway.
Yeah.
Look, you gotta be honest with yourself, guys. You're just cheating yourself.
No.
If you cheat yourself into a 6.
As we go along, reminder: we want
Time
more dice.
Yeah.
More dice, more good.
Yeah, you're still at 1.
Cool.
Does the plan's detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
Definitely.
Yes.
I think yes.
That's
Probably.
a first.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think so.
I know you managed that before.
It's a good idea. That we should try that more often.
Yeah.
Is the target
Preparation,
strongest?
I think you call it.
Do they have any particular defenses or special preparations? I mean,
Not really. I mean, even the jury, he said that one of the dens, like for example, is not really that well guarded. So
yes, but we can't take the minus dice based on the shithouse, and the good ones based on the.
Special defenses.
but it could, yeah, it's
Some
not
guards and some we heard some low level guards and some drunks.
And high-ranking officials and swordsmen of the
Who are
Red.
probably
probably
inebriated.
Yeah, and also definitely asleep. We're attacking when it's their bedtime as well. That's
In the interest of time, I'll let you have that one.
Yes.
Really? Yay.
So what are you at? You're at 2.
2.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation? And don't I think
I've got our cult member.
You could what
Don't they have?
Jerry's only level 1 Scientologist right now.
Oh, you know what?
He's reading the pamphlets.
I think
I always-
Telda and my urchins might be able to help with the assault on the tenement.
Children.
Yeah.
The defenses are so weak. We'll send in the urchins.
Well, no, just as a like they'll just go and like I don't know, kind of distract them, try and like act like they're robbing the place or something. I don't know. Maybe not. I haven't really thought it through.
Yeah, I don't think the homeless kids are wanting to go into the drug tent, the crack house.
I find this one confusing because we have used friends and contacts to provide an insight, but is it like
Yes.
at the point of ingress that they actually need someone else? Because
Yeah.
it's always a
Do we
weird
have a
one.
mate at the police station who's going to let us in?
Yeah, and I also think as well, getting to like +2 and 3 with factions, like +3 with a faction is they will help you even if it doesn't benefit them, and +2 is they will help you if it slightly benefits them. Which is when you can start leaning on people like this.
But I wonder, is that something we can set up in future? Like, could we have used our free time to plant someone in there who's a friend or contact who would help us? You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. I always find that one such a weird.
Guess. I mean, if, for example, like Jerry would have been of any use, we would have used him, but he's not really useful.
Jerry's
So,
main character.
no, what I'm saying is like if we had a contact that could actually do something to help us, then we
Sure,
could.
sure.
In this
Yeah.
case, whatever you did for the information part doesn't really help us with this part.
All right, so you're at 2.
Yeah.
No friends or contacts. Are there enemy or rivals interfering with this operation?
Not as far as we know.
Not as far as you know, but I'm going to take away a die.
What? Why?
It's the fucking Decepticons, man. It's every time.
No, I have a bad.
Not
feeling
as
about
far
it.
as we know.
Yes.
Fucking Optimus Prime.
So you can
Megatron.
assume yes, but also you wouldn't know who or why or when. A what?
We would know who.
You would not know.
Oh, we would not know.
Right. I want a dice back for our friends or contacts then, please. We're sending in the urchins.
Right. Engagement roll.
Yeah.
Number
what about
one.
are there any other elements you want to consider? A lower tier target, give you +1d. Here we go.
Oh, sorry. Lower tier. Sorry. Yeah, it actually is a higher tier target.
Oh, thanks,
you-
Saffron.
Would you like -1?
No, but what about us plus the tier of the scoundrels? That must be higher than that, right? We're like, aren't we 4 together?
No.
Is that how it works?
So Red Sashes are tier 2.
Yeah.
Your cohort's tier 1, and you're tier
Yeah.
0.
So
So it'd still be higher.
see, now we've lost that one die.
Now I've got another question that really weirdly, this whole just for fun. Theoretically, though, if we're doing one dice for complexity, if we'd attacked the lower one, it would have made it easier to attack all of them together. Do you know what I mean? Bit weird.
I don't think so.
I think it would still be equally contingent on many factors.
Actually, to be fair, yeah, you didn't give us one for the 2-1d, so I guess it would be the same, yeah. All right, so one dice then.
Well, I mean, now you've reminded me. It is against a higher tier.
No. But
So it is
there's
0
other-
dice.
There's other elements we should consider, like how amazing we are, how handsome Friedrich is, like all these things are other elements. I think it all nets out to one dice, if you ask me. You can't just use the one example it gives you there. That's just a layup. Let's be creative here, surely.
You remind me of someone who's like, when a teacher gives us like homework right before the lesson ends.
It's Quidditch tonight.
Like kids, it's like it still happens.
Yeah, I mean, sorry guys, these are the rules. If I was a computer, this is what I would generate. I'm sorry. I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean.
No, but
Olly and
honestly, you can't just go. It says maybe. So let's talk. Why can't we think of other elements that could be factored in then? Like,
Go on, man, give me an element.
Okay. An element is that Silas is renowned as a brutal force of nature, and I think they should factor in that as soon as we come in the door and see Silas, a contingent of them will run away, and that gives us +1 dice because they see fucking Silas Templeton coming through the door. He's a well-known brutalizer and murderer. As he comes raging through the door with a pack of cultists but a pack of thugs behind him, I bet some of the guards flee instantly, giving us +1 dice for our engagement roll.
I mean, nice try, but I don't buy it. A tier zero scoundrel on his own is not going to give you. Someone as part of the crew, being a part of the crew, is not going to automatically give you +1 dice. You already get +1 dice for sheer luck.
Messes left him after this.
It can't just say one thing and we think that's the one thing. It says maybe there's other things.
Look, you're going in at a disadvantage because, like the Red Sashes HQ, you are targeting one of their most strongest areas, places. The game has to reflect that. It can't be. You can't start the game as tier 0, then start whacking tier 2s.
But this is all we
willy-nilly
had to do.
Okay,
anyway,
we're not happy, but we're just going to accept it.
we
can actually get on with the score.
And we've come out well out of 0 roll dice, so I think we've done all right before. We'll do all right again, no matter what.
He's going to roll Snake Eyes, and we'll roll one.
Günstig. 2 Minuten. Starte mal bitte oben auf.
What is happening now? What the hell is that?
I assume that's you learning German in you're doing like a Duolingo in the background, Alex.
It's definitely not me.
Sound
And
German.
also, I already know German, and that's not.
Look at me. I don't
It
speak
sounds
German.
German.
Ah! Son of a bitch!
I mean, if there's 1 dice, it would have been a 1 still.
Nah, that's not how it works.
That's true. But also, can you stop fucking rolling 1s on every engagement roll?
That is very painful.
Well, you guys, gotta expose vulnerabilities and
We did.
not make it overly complex.
We did it!
Hey, ich komme gleich.
That is
What the
very painful.
The German's still going. Can we not use that as a
Where's
plus?
coming from?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. Definitely not me.
Is
What the hell is it? It's not me.
Is it
That's not me.
Maltese?
Don't look at me. I don't even know German or anything.
I don't know German.
Well, I don't.
Alright. Anyway,
Okay.
1. So yes,
Anyway.
Decepticons. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Right. Well, it is a desperate start. So usually that means that we have Szaszachel and Friedrich on the roof, at the roof hatch. We have Saffron and Silas and Marlene's manglers
It's a great name.
at the front doors. And let me think. Any ideas, guys? I mean, usually
Just that everything just falls into a pit of lava.
don't
That's
talk
about
to
right.
me about pits of lava. I've erased that from my memory. Right. And hurricanes.
I've already planted too much negativity in your mind. I'm going to shut up for the next 10 minutes.
One of Marlene's pieces. That's actually chat's onto something here. I feel like the fierce and cruel Milo's face, the betrayal. When I think Marlene's manglers arrive on the scene a bit worse for wear. I think they've been drinking for some Dutch courage for this score, and maybe they've drunk a bit too much. And whatever plan you had to knock out these guards at the front, I think the guards get an upper hand on you.
Well, yeah, the plan was to kind of sneakily plant an explosive and have it blow up. So
Yeah.
That doesn't happen, clearly.
No, so I think you start in a fight with the guards at the
How
front.
many guards?
There's 2 guards
Ah,
currently, and they take out their red sash sabers.
I just chuck my bomb at them.
Let's do some.
I was gonna throw anyway.
What bomb?
My
Bomb.
you know my classic fine wrecking tools. Where is it? Where can I see it? There you go. Oh, you're on my other page, aren't you? My classic. Oh, you know it. Well, I used to blow up the barge that time.
I think you had.
Oh.
I'm getting that reverb again.
Yeah, a little bit. I get my what was it? A fuel tank, a spark torch cutter. Like the fuel tank, chuck it at him.
So I was generous because that was the first score. But in my since then, I've been trying to work out in my head
How to nerf Mike's character as always. Yes.
how
yes.
a metal canister of fuel
Uh-huh.
can be. I mean, I guess you could Molotov cocktail it, kind of thing.
Yeah, as I've got a spark.
We do also have to go through this entrance.
Yes, the bomb will suffice two jobs.
But I think the desperate start is they are on you,
Sure.
and they are fighting you hand to hand, and they are tier 2 guards.
Go on then, Silas. You thugs, do what you do.
Yeah. Silas draws his saber and pulls a pistol out, strides up in his heavy armor, which, by the way, is chainmail, metal plates, and a metal helm.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit much. I was reading that a minute ago.
And says, "Sorry, we were meant to knock."
Ooh, always the quip.
And charges in to fight.
This is the MCU, don't you know?
Yes. Roll initiative.
Look, I'm trying to make him less completely grim.
All right.
It needs
cool.
to be a tale of two halves, otherwise.
Okay, so you're taking on these 2 guys.
He's taking on both of them,
Cool.
and he's going straight in.
Nice.
He's going to push himself.
Okay.
And you know what? Silas is not to be trifled with.
Mm-hmm.
You can push yourself to do one of the following. Perform a feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman. E.g., engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
Nice. All right. So So this is using skirmish, I imagine.
Oh yes.
So this is going to be a desperate position. Now, because they're 2 tier higher than you, and they have their fine swords, you would be sort of at the start, at default, you'd be 0 effect. But you are pushing yourself, which gets you to limited. And then is your weapon also fine, or?
It is fine.
Which puts you up to tier 2 as well. Tier 2 standard effect, essentially.
And then I have my special ability. Which would actually put me at great effect, no?
Which ability is that? The
Not to be trifled with. I acquired it after my last level.
That is the pushing yourself there, right?
Well, pushing... right, so sorry, yes, that puts me on an equal footing, but pushing me to myself will still give me the dice. It's not a double on the effect.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so that's
that's my understanding, yes.
Yeah, so that's the increased effect.
Okay.
So you're at standard. And also, it's not normally like 1-for-1 like Soulbound was. Like, it's actually contextual as well. Would you want the Thuggos to join you in this?
Yes. yes, actually.
Cool, because they can give you an extra die, and I think you would outnumber them, which would give you great effect.
Now then.
Yes.
Sounds like there's going to be some Red Sashes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's figure out this roll then. So it's a desperate position. The effect is going to remain standard.
I think we'll do great because you've got you outnumber them, and you're at an equal tier to them now as well.
Okay, and I've got 2 die, but I'm getting an extra 1 from pushing myself, so 3 die in total. And the help is giving us the great effect, not an extra die. Or is it giving an extra die and that because we outnumber them?
Yes. Yeah, they give you an extra die. That's what cohorts do. And they pushed your scale to be more than them.
Right. Just keeping the Rage Essence vial in the back pocket because we'll use that indoors. All right. Silas charges in.
Hey, double 6. It's a critical success.
Hey, we've never had one.
Here we go.
So you do exactly what you wanted. So you and the Thuggos circle these 2 guys, and you can explain how you take them out if you want, whilst I think of the extra success that will be part of the critical.
Yes, so I think Silas walks up, and because he's no gentleman, he faces one with his saber, and then points his pistol at the other one, caps one, who is set upon by the Thuggos and just fucking mauled. And as the other Red Sash looks in dismay at the dishonourable approach, Silas just overwhelms him with a flurry of blows. Gives him he's chucked the pistol away, gives him a little haymaker to the face, and then runs him through.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. So I think the critical is that you managed to do that and not alert anyone from within the gambling hall. So savage is the takedown. I think as soon as the pugilists start, like, maybe one of them like picks a fight with one of the guards, or like calls them something, or they come over swords drawn, and then the takedown is so savage you manage to grab the bodies, dump them in the river or something. Actually, sorry, I didn't hear. Did you actually? These guys are dead.
Well, so Silas definitely did stab one with intent to kill. Mm-hmm. He shot the other one in the leg or something, which led to the others piling upon them. Mm-hmm. However, that is a question as to whether or not he would intend to have everyone killed. Probably not.
I mean,
he's probably killed the one he was fighting.
Yeah, mechanics-wise, a single death is the same as 10. So
right, in that case, Silas is unable to control the Thuggos, which does, I think, make the most sense. And they beat the living shit out of them. In fact, they do have weapons, but some sort of combo of clubs and gauntlets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when that is done, he turns to whichever one is obviously inebriated. Gets his bladed gauntlet out and shoves him up against the wall and says, 2 points for you. First one is you don't get paid if you're dead. And the second one is if you ever turn up on a score again like this, I'll make sure you're fucking dead.
He's like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, he looked very funny, but... See, Cockney again. You don't complain about the Cockneys. All right, cool. Well, yeah, nice. So that would have definitely have done some segments on the old clock, but you've managed to do that. But as they sink to the floor, you do. After a few minutes, you hear the crows of the spirit wardens coming, which can draw quite a bit of attention. But then we flash cut to the roof. Friedrich, I imagine you've managed to pick the lock with ease.
Well, I should think so. Yeah.
And the both of you drop down. And
so on the dropping down, I do have light climbing gear with me, so I'm going to leave a light rope attached to a solid attachment at the top, so that we could, if we wish to, escape from this.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you, I mean, this is also a desperate engagement for you guys as well. So I think you guys jump down into what you think is a quiet storeroom of sorts. But I think there is a red sash guard taking a break in there as well. So what do you do?
Do they see us?
Yes. That is the desperate part. Yeah.
Much to do, but try to silence them, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Friedrich will attempt to get him in the neck with a throwing knife.
Okay.
Which I guess we'll go with a finesse? No. Prowl? What's prowl?
I think either of those would or hunt as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ambush with close violence. Bat throats. Yeah, okay, right. So let's go prowl.
Okay.
Position.
We'll be desperate. And also, Silas, don't forget to mark your XP for desperate action.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
you get XP for a desperate action whether you succeed or not.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Effect standard on by default, unless you say so. Standard. Right.
So you are 2 tiers below
Oh,
this
no.
guard. Is it a fine throwing blade?
It is a throwing knife.
Okay, so I think it's going to be limited effect here.
Oh dear, oh dear.
This is okay. Yeah, so success with a consequence. So it is limited effect. So I think what happens is you throw the blade, and he's facing you, right? So he sees you winding up for the throw, or sees you get it out of, sees the glint of metal, and I think it just like goes into his he manages to land it in his shoulder, like dodge so it avoids his organs or neck, which you're aiming for. And I think the consequence is that he stumbles as he takes the knife, but he does manage to give you a slash with his blade.
Oh,
So you will take a level 1 harm called Slashed.
slashed.
Yeah.
Okay. And I get an XP in resolve. No, in prowess.
Mhm.
A pip, not a
Yep.
whatever. A red thing.
Yeah. That's a shell.
Yeah. So first thing is, I don't know if this I should have mentioned this before, but we don't usually mention items. I would have worn like a leather tunic as armor if we're going to be doing these things. Like obviously he needs to protect himself. So I'm going to be marking that. I wanted to mention that. Obviously, also seeing this, Szaszachel, and I've been wanting to use this for a while now. The weapon that he uses is a chain link, basically, just like a massive, a long, let's put it that way, chain. So he would try to hit back at this guard now, who's damaged his mate, basically.
Okay. So be
Yep.
desperate, limited effect as well.
Okay. What would I be using for that?
I mean, it just sounds like skirmish to me.
It does. So I'm going to be putting some stress because otherwise it's going to be a zero die roll. So that's 2 stress. Skirmish. Desperate. It is 2 stress, right? Yeah.
To push, yes.
Yeah, 2 stress. Desperate. You said risk. Sorry, what was it? Effect standard.
Desperate.
No.
For limited effect.
Limited. 1 bonus die. Well, I'm sorry.
Oof.
Yeah.
I think you come at him with your chain, and as he slashes Friedrich, he sees you coming, and he stabs. And you will take a level 2 harm, stabbed.
Oh, okay. I got it worse.
I'm not going to do it because it's a retconny. But I forgot that armor was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I had been wearing 1 pip of light armor, would that have changed the harm?
I don't think
in
you
this
can.
situation?
So when it's together like that, it means that it's 2. You have to
Oh, I see. So you have to take 2. So anyway, if I did that, if I had that light armor, would this have been I'm not going to do it, just for the record, but would this type of attack have been defended by light armor?
I've
Yeah, I was gonna
temporarily
ask
forgotten how armor works.
I've just read up on it because I was wondering.
Go ahead.
You can expend your armor
Yes.
to reduce a harm by 1.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Yeah.
And if you have heavy armor, you can do it twice.
Yeah,
Right.
and don't forget you can resist as well by spending stress.
How much stress would that be?
Well, it's you start at 6, and then you roll your attributes, and then whatever you roll is minus from 6.
I don't know because I only have 4 pips left in stress.
And you would go down to level 1 harm instead.
Yeah, but instead I could just use the armor, get rid of it,
Yep.
and reduce that to level 1, which still means that I have 2 level 1 injuries, but
Okay,
I
so you'll be
can't afford. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's better than having a level 2 one, I guess. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
so you'll
I'm
be
not
you'll
gonna
be minus effect now.
Yeah, well, again, having 1 on level 1, 1 on level 2, I think is more dangerous in this, given what what's happening.
Yep.
Well,
All right.
Great.
Okay. Well, that little skirmish is going on. Silas and
Things aren't going great in the roof section.
Silas and Saffron.
Yes,
Do you know what you
to
guys
be
do?
the taking advantage assassins.
yeah,
Well, we have a
Yeah.
complication at the front because obviously, given Saffron's trauma directly related to Silas and violence, Saffron, yes, I'm trying to think, is obviously not.
These two
not
shouldn't
happy.
hang out.
Yeah, I didn't think
We
it
shouldn't
through. Right?
pair them up.
Well, we kind of thought it'd be a bit more like. We thought it'd be
Makes
more
sense.
kind of going through and it wouldn't be quite as brutal, but literally the first thing that happened was Silas with
I
a
mean,
gang
you
of
chose
thugs.
assault, so I don't know what you're expecting.
It's more the brutality. It's alright if Silas, he walks in and knocks someone over, but it's more the absolute brutality of what just happened there, which is pretty intense.
Well, to be fair to Silas, his wasn't absolute brutality. His was just good old-fashioned sword and fist fighting.
No.
But the Thuggos,
Yeah, well, it's all connected. So Saffron is pretty useless at this point. I'm trying to think. He's not going to run away because it's not super helpful, and also not. But he's definitely incapacitated. Let's say by fear and panic. Let's say so. Saffron cannot do much right now.
We can call it like a temporary level 1 harm
No. We can just
for
call
the
it.
duration of the score.
He's already got enough harm. I would say just more. What's the better way of doing it? Also, I could have space for another level. I've still been electric burn and stabbed on there, so there's no space for that.
Oh yeah, so it'd have to be a level 2.
So I'm role playing. So let's just not punish me for it. And let's just the punishment is that I do nothing.
Well,
because
I
he's
mean,
cowering in a corner.
It's your trauma. That's the trauma that you picked, and
Sure.
that is. I mean, we don't have to do it for now. Let's just say that you maybe like you skip a go, I guess, or something.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. He's either cowering or he's just fallen down and curled up in a ball and just kind of yelling, "Leave me alone! No, don't get me, please."
They're already dead.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Silas, you're gonna have to take control of SWAT Team A.
He before he strides in, he makes a point of looking at Saffron. Oh, you useless old bastard! Not again. Look, come and join us when you've pulled yourself together, Saffron. Mine, shall we?
I think you need some sensitivity training.
He picks up his pistol and chucks it to Saffron and says, "Here, make yourself useful and reload that."
He smokes it.
He just
he bongs it. He's a big bong.
No, yeah, exactly. He turns it straight into a smoke paraphernalia.
Do you want to light up something that holds gunpowder in?
It's fine. You can sniff it. Saffron snorted a lot worse than gunpowder.
Yeah, but it'll blow up.
I guess. So Silas wants to do two things. He wants to do what his original job was, which is to create a ruckus, because he doesn't know that the assassins are not doing great. But it also wants to take advantage of the fact that they have managed to not alert anyone yet.
Yeah.
However, he's absolutely got no capability of sneaking in anywhere. He's in heavy armor with his sword.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think
perhaps you could console the guy. You could stealthily wreck away through the door, maybe, rather than make fun of him and chuck weapons at him.
I think what he'll do. No. You chucked your pistol. You're going to reload it. If Saffron chooses to use it on himself, I think Silas would cry not a tear.
Wow!
He will turn to Marlene and say, "See if you can get you and your boys in ahead of me. I think they might see me coming when I get in there, and it wouldn't hurt to have you in position. And see if, with the information we know about the layout, if they can at least get a more advanced position, then he will be able to. Now that the door guard's down."
So I think they will stick out quite a bit.
I guess discretionary, but if the door guards are down, they might be able to at least they might be able to sneak a bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm counting. Well, at least that's what they will want to try and do.
May I offer that they prowl and try to get into a good position, I guess. But I believe prowl. Yeah, maybe they can prowl, or maybe they can kind of grab some of the guards that they can sneak up on, perhaps.
Yeah, or they might even just be able to jump one opportune target or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to roll to see how many guards are there tonight.
I don't like this, because you roll one when it's for us and 6 when it's for you.
Oh, I rolled 6 dice. I didn't mean to do that.
You take the lowest.
I'll take your first answer.
Give the lowest number. Lowest number, please. Hey!
There's a spot of luck.
Up damn time.
So, let's do a. I'll just do another fortune roll for the prowl for the chaps. Okay, well that's a bit of bad luck as well.
There we are.
So they like open the doors and you see them like move in kind of slowly. But did I mention they're fierce and cruel? So literally the first red sash they see with the back turned, they just get out the billy clubs and start like thwacking away. And like one of them grabs him around the arms, the other one starts like using him as a punching bag and laughing away. You know, and all eyes in the hall turn to this ruckus. Actually, let's say the front half of the hall notices, but the music is still playing, so some people haven't noticed. But you can definitely see other guards moving in.
So, let me think. What would Silas want to do? He is pretty much gonna just walk in at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he just walks in, and he's got his pistol in his hand, and he in whatever time he has as he's just getting into the entrance, although there is a bit of a ruckus, he tries to pick out a choicey target, to shoot with his pistol. Ideally, someone who looks like an officer, but if he can't tell, then he can't tell.
Well, I think this one that I rolled, there is one, like sergeant, whatever, like swordsman, like Jedi Knight level swordsman, proper swordsman. All the other guards are kind of like the trainees.
I don't like the words Jedi Knight. I'll be honest with you, but I do like that he's apparently there.
Fine.
And I've got a gun.
Fine, he's
Manathon.
he's manager level.
Yeah. He's not like gonna ping this bullet back at me though, right?
No, I didn't literally mean Jedi.
Yeah. Okay.
Powers exist in this game.
Yeah, you're a bloody whisper. You should know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're busy mates with a demon.
Yeah. And hopefully more to follow.
Yeah.
So there.
Well, if Silas can see him, he tries to shoot him.
All right. Roll.
So I guess this is also just is this going to be skirmish again, or not?
I think you could do skirmish. Yeah. I think the way that you're doing it. I mean, you're not like it's not a sharpshooting kind of shot, is it? This is like literally walking in,
No, he's
almost
kind
point
of
blank,
walking
right?
into the room going like
10 foot, yeah.
All right, position. Still desperate.
I'm not going to say desperate because you're not in. Well, actually, no, I will do desperate because if he's still alive, yeah, he's coming for you.
He's gonna get desperate.
Yep. So desperate.
Okay.
Is it a fine pistol?
No.
Oh.
But it does say a heavy single-shot breech-loading firearm, devastating at 20 paces.
Okay. So I'll give you a limited effect for that.
Limited pistol. Should have left the pistol at home. Or just give him a go though. All right. He's not going to push himself yet. He's going to save that for when this guy doesn't die and he has to fight him.
I imagine they'll have those like Civil War era metal cuirasses.
Yeah.
But a bit more fancy.
All right. Just 2 dice and a dream.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Thumbnail. I didn't think we'd get one. We got one. We got one.
No!
Oof.
That's fine. So this is going to be fine.
So as per the GM best practices, I'm not allowed to make scoundrels look incompetent. So we'll say that this guy is competent. He sees you draw the pistol, and he just rolls the shoulder, takes it on his like rounded shoulder armor, and it pings off. He goes into a nearby wall, and he draws his fine saber, and then he draws his other fine saber, and he approaches you. And he slashes you for a level 2 harm.
Does he now?
Yes.
Does he? Okay. Well, let's expend a point of armor. I may even this resisting. What is it I get to roll?
You roll the attribute to be prowess. Yep.
Right. So it'd be 6 minus whatever I roll on one dice.
Your height. It'll be 6 minus your highest dice on a prowess.
Let's go with that.
Okay. You're resisting and not using armor, or both?
Both.
Okay.
I'm at 4 stress, so I really need to reduce this to like 0. I'm stressed.
This is risky.
You're gonna tank a sword, stab wound.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna resist, and we're gonna try and take no harm. And then, because we're gonna not have taken any stress at all, we're gonna fucking kill him. Okay. So I roll 2 dice. Where do I? What's the best way to just roll 2 dice? It's fortune in it.
You can just click prowess, I think.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, the highest result. Sorry, I wouldn't have done it if it says highest result. I thought it was both results.
What, added together?
Yeah.
No, it's highest.
Oh. Okay. I didn't understand that. So would you mind if I retcon that and just take the harm? Because I in my head I was like, I can take this to 0.
Yes. Yeah. Sure.
Sorry, I know that seems a bit shifty because the roll was fine. But I wouldn't have done it if I didn't think there was a chance to reduce it to like.
That'd be crazy. Because it'd be.
There is a chance.
I suppose that would become ridiculous.
That'd be on 2 dice. You'd be like. You'd clear all your stress on average. Yeah.
Okay. I leave it at your discretion if you'll let me wind that back and just take the harm instead.
Yeah, no, I believe that you got it wrong. So.
Okay, so I write in here. What did he do to me, sir?
Just a stab.
Just a stab.
Are you not using armor at all?
I'm using 1 armor.
Okay, so yeah, just do a level 1.
Is there any point in doing that?
It goes down to level 1, right?
Yeah, no, but I could use both armors.
Then
being wounded gives you less effect.
If you take 2 level 1s, yeah.
Okay, we'll roll with it for now. I feel like I should keep, in this perilous situation, some armor. Okay, sorry, that took a little bit longer than planned.
All right, cool. And then Saffron's still recovering.
Well, now they moved in, I think he's able to kind of at least get himself up to the front door. As he peeks around the corner, what does he see then? He sees the thugs.
Yes, the thugs are using some guards as punching bags, although they're more engaged in a proper brawl now. And Silas is Pirates of the Caribbeaning this officer. Yeah.
Are there other guards incoming? Is there anything?
So far, the thugs are dealing with them.
Okay. They deal with it, but you said there's like a first half of the room is aware of what's going on, the second half isn't.
Yeah, but I think now that the sort of the skirmish is going full tilt, I think everyone's starting to notice.
Are we seeing? Obviously, not everyone here is a guard. Some people are patrons. Are they dispersing? Are their guards rushing towards us, or?
I think in this moment, the guards are rushing towards the thugs. The thugs rolled a 3, so they're taking some hits. But they're currently the guards are rushing towards them.
They're engaged with some guards, and there's some more guards coming.
Yes. Well,
okay.
Yes. I mean, I don't think you can see. Like, you don't have a bird's eye view of the whole room, so you just see loads of people, right? Okay. You don't know where the guards are coming from.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull from my bandolier, because I have realised I have a bit more flexibility with my bandolier than I always thought I had. A smoke bomb. And I'm going to try and throw it past where Silas and the thug almost create a wall of smoke. Basically, if I'm in the door and I guess they're mostly the front entrance area.
Yeah.
Try and get some smoke past and at least buy them some time, kind of fog us a little bit as we're kind of, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or should I draw more? Not directly into the people here, trying to behind them. So if people are rushing in, it distracts them and might give them time to finish the engagement, and then they can disperse with them. So yes, I always do this, and actually really throwing at stuff isn't actually not really got a good skill in this. I need to find a way to wreck things rather than throw things. This is the problem. But anyway, here we go. So this throws me finesse or prowess, which I have no skills in. I need to figure out these abilities of this young old man. When I attach a little launcher to my wheelchair, this is gonna be a lot easier. I tell you what. Right, I'm gonna roll finesse then, I guess. Yep. Okay. Finesse. Here we go. Position I assume is risky or desperate. I guess.
I think desperate for you. You're behind. You're in the reserves.
Effect is extreme.
Well, what is you're trying to do apart from
trying to give
ultimately
them some cover, like get a smoke bomb behind them to kind of create cover for these guys. So if soldiers are rushing, and they'll kind of hit the fog and be like, "Where the fuck are they?" Won't be able to kind of get to them to hold up the reinforcements until they've dealt with the current.
Okay, yeah, I'll say standard effect then.
Great, lovely. I'm rolling no dice. There's gonna be 2 and pick the lowest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does bonus dice help me? Probably not, actually. They kind of increase my chance of getting a lower score.
No.
A bonus die will put you to one dice.
Oh, of course. Right, I'll push myself then to do this. That's fine. I see how that works. Yes. Cool. So then I won't now be normal. Okay, here we go. Right, come on. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Where does that smoke bomb go?
I did say it was risky, not desperate.
Does that affect the?
Yeah, I mean the consequence is different. It's different between risky and desperate.
Well, that's fine. Doesn't change the dice roll. The abysmal dice roll. I just I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the smoke bomb goes. I think it just lands. I think it lands
right in front of you.
No, smack bang in the middle of us.
Maybe. Well, actually, no. To be fair, I'm gonna say it goes where you want it to go. But I think your goal of obscuring the guards or stopping the guards from coming through just doesn't seem to work the way you wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'll say that
it's just a little puff. It's like when a fog machine's broken. It just gives that a little, and it's just nothing. You know, nothing happens.
Yeah. I think the consequence is, and we're gonna have to end on this. It's 10 o'clock, but I think the consequence is you see a figure hobble through the smoke and draw a sword cane, and he says, "Good evening, boys."
No!
There's so many Irish characters. How do you know which one that is?
It's the one who gave you the
That feels
-1
like it might be
dice.
the worst one anyone ever rolled.
Well, it's the Inspector, is it? Chief Inspector?
Yeah.
This could be fortuitous.
Yeah, because we're doing so well with the combat, we're just going to instantly take him out. How many fucking odds? So it was that was supposed to be risky, not desperate. I'm just looking at my XP as well.
Yeah.
It was risky, not desperate.
Yes.
I feel like I can sense another Rage Essence file coming on next week. I can just feel it in my bones.
Yeah.
I need to find out.
And as all out melee happens, I'll do 2 more segments off the Red Sashes clock. And I think this clock is going to be like Red Sashes HQ being alerted, so they'll send reinforcements when this is run out. So, which will make obviously getting the other ones a lot harder.
We should have gone for the little one, shouldn't we? Worked our way up, maybe.
I
Actually.
No.
I did wonder. Might be a bit easier.
Look, the requisite is be bold, right? I don't think it's serving us, but if I'm honest, every fucking heist we're following our goal, and it is fun. I'm not going to lie, but it's definitely hampering our successes. We keep doing basically the dumbest things, not the boldest things. They're kind of the dumbest things.
If we hadn't started from a desperate position, though, everything could be different again. Though, right?
And then roll another 7 1s in a row.
Like,
Yeah.
like you might have been able to assassinate some guards at the top and then have some
Yeah.
advantageous position, chucking knives into the crowd or
It's
something. I
just-
don't know. Like it would be
It's
very
just
different.
These fucking rolls, man. It's just
Yeah, the rolls are really bad for all of us.
it's very for across the board, even volley rolling for it. It's just miserable.
Never say never. We don't know how the encounter is going to play out.
We got a crit. First crit of the game.
This is true. Yeah. What was
I would have loved to have that in the indoor fight, but it was
Yeah.
good to get it.
I got
mean,
my
yeah.
6. I got my 6 on my study, finding out stuff. It's just yeah. You try to bank them for later.
Yeah. Well, fail forward.
That's how we roll.
It's a spicy game.
That's it. Spice.
It
It's
is
about the spice.
spicy.
More about the spice.
Shenanigans.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I feel bad for SEAL Team 2 in the kitchens.
I think everyone's fucked.
We'll have to find out what.
We're not doing great either.
Yeah.
Like,
But good news is, I mean, the rest of the hall is now distracted. So if you manage to if you manage to get past this one
we
guy,
accomplished our goal. So are you saying that the consequence of my 1 is that it not someone, but like now cause him to be there? He wouldn't have been there if I'd rolled a 1, or it more brings him to the front. Is that?
yeah,
what,
I think him being like, what the devil's going on? Oh, it's them boys, just as I predicted.
He's always one step ahead of
Although,
us.
so to be fair, he's Eruvian as well, so he likely could be hanging out down the old gambling hall.
I think this is fortuitous because we're gonna
Kill him. Yep.
Well, sorry, he could get injured in the fray.
So now you want to kill him when we had a chance last time. You didn't want to. Now that he's in a fight, now you want to.
What?
When do we have a chance?
Yeah,
We have a
when-
chance.
When you had him
If we not
unconscious.
Oh yeah.
he has become an inconvenience.
Yes. His
Convenience for a while.
It wasn't that. You were trying to murder everyone in that fucking house.
That was you were trying to avoid heat. That was why.
Yeah, exactly. At the time, it wasn't quite, and he was unconscious. It felt a bit, a bit slimy. We're now desperate.
See, Daryl, he's playing a character.
Yeah.
He didn't want to
Sorry.
murder someone who was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Given the situation that we're currently in upstairs, please let's make sure that everyone is here next session. Because I can't handle that. No.
It's good, but we are a man down. It's funny. It's funny how things technically would be easier. The game doesn't scale, does it? If there's a player missing.
No, this is probably the worst part for us to lose players. Anyone, literally, and
I'm sure we can roll for players who are midway through the score if someone's not available.
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yes,
That's
well,
fair.
I think it's definitely true that only Silas is a competent fighter. Full stop. I think.
Yes, I feel like I have overestimated everyone else's fighting abilities just because mine are obviously very good, but I've then assumed that other people's is like average.
D&D
But their
style.
skills
Yeah.
definitely elsewhere.
No, I'm not a fighter. I'm sorry. That's kind of why I suggested going in, from behind or.
Well, if we had the thugs with us, it just seemed like it was a natural fit.
I want Szaszachel to do some fucking ghost shit. I've been waiting for eight sessions.
I haven't. Yeah, well, I haven't had a proper chance to do so yet.
I could do shit. I've got to actually roll. I've got a fucking frag grenade as well. I could do all kinds of
You
stuff.
were away for the slightly ghostly session.
It's true.
Yeah, but I had to happen.
It did. You did have to have a birthday.
Yeah,
Damn.
kind of just has to happen.
Damn you, sir. Damn you, damn. All right, guys. Well,
All right,
Very-
GG's.
very
Thanks,
fun.
Ollie.
Sometimes. Cheers,
Super
OP.
crazy.
Until
Right.
next time, where we may all die.
May.
I'm genuinely scared.
I hope you
Oh,
enjoyed
if we
the
end- if we
penultimate
end
session of Blades in the Dark.
Tune in for the end.
yeah.
We laugh.
We're gonna
We
end up
laugh.
dead and or in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be a new gang. You just be the Foghounds next.
Lol.
Lol. Just be Marlene's
Yeah.
mashers.
They seem nice.
Yeah.